right? So, returning starting quarterback Jackson Dart, like you mentioned, Luke Altmaier, the backup last year, is transferring to Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jackson Dart, if you just looked at these stats, you would say, and this is his first year starting in this offense, you would probably say not bad at all, something to build off, right? So let me read his stats real quick to you. He started in 13 games, or he's played in 13 games. He completed 62.4% of his passes. He threw for 2,900 yards and some change. Yards per attempt were 8.2, 20 touchdowns in the air, and 11 interceptions. So most quarterbacks in the first year starting would probably take that, right?
Oh yeah.
But and so he had a pretty good year. So I think the fact they brought in two of the quarterbacks, which we'll get to, isn't necessarily a slight at him. It's maybe just like Lane Kiffin wanting more competition, just like expecting like excellence in this day and age. Like if you can go make more competition, you are going to do that. So real quick, talk about. So we got Spencer Sanders from Oklahoma State, and then Walker Howard. Walker Howard from LSU, who committed like a day or two before Spencer Sanders did. And we like all these quarterbacks. But real quick, talk about Spencer Sanders coming in, and then we'll talk a little bit more about Jackson Dart. And then actually, you know what? Talk Jackson Dart first for me.
I'm going to flip it. I'm going to talk Walker Howard, then Jackson Dart, and then go Spencer Sanders.
Yeah.
So to start off, to start off, I watched Walker Howard, and obviously he has not much. He played a little bit in that Purdue game, but not much college film. So obviously take that film with a grain of salt. So what I saw jumps out, throws the ball well. He's got a great arm. He throws an incredible back shoulder ball. He's got that repetitive in his highlight video. And there's different types. He's got the air where the receiver can adjust to the back shoulder ball, far field, far hash back shoulder ball, and then putting it on a line just on the DB's head where that receiver can just snag it. So I think he's got great arm strength and touch. And he obviously uses his feet in high school. And, as a guy who used his feet a lot in high school, I don't know how well that translates to a college game. Just bigger dudes, faster dudes, just different breed. So hopefully that works out for him, but I don't know how well that translates. But my thoughts are they recruited him to be the quarterback of the future. They might throw him in the battle to make him happy, but I don't think we'll be seeing Walker Howard as a starter this year. So,
yeah, I think that's fair. And I'll just give my quick 2 cents on it because I think Howard's a stud, and I think he fits Kiffin's offense to a T. If you go off his high school film, like you said, right, it's hard to judge if the running ability is going to transfer. But, for Matt Corral, they ran him a lot. He was a dog. He was tough as nails, right? And so I think he's similar to Matt Corral, but I think you're probably right. He's probably the odd man out as of right now. But at the end of the day, he could be the week 1 starter too. So
Yep. Never know. So then we transition on to Jackson Dart, and you just read off his stats. I mean, he had a great year. Obviously, he is very capable of being being a quarterback and being a good quarterback, as any SEC quarterback is. He's got a great ability to use his legs. He's a patient runner. He's not rushing anything. He likes to get his block set up. So that's something you don't really see in quarterbacks much, but I feel like he does a great job at that. And I believe he can be elite if he starts to get comfortable. Sorry.
You're good.
Gotten choked up. If he starts to get comfortable, and it's a second year in a system, and anytime you get that second year, most quarterbacks make that jump, and I don't necessarily think it's fair that he brings in a Spencer Sanders or a guy like that, but that's just the nature of college football right now, and you got to be ready for anything, stay on your P's and Q's, and just get better. That's all you can really do. So,
yeah. No, I agree with you there. I think with Dart, give a quarterback time to develop and improve and build on. But at the same time, if you can find someone that's going to be better as a coach, it's kind of what you do, I guess. But okay, talk about Spencer Sanders because I know you like Sanders. You like his game.
Yeah, I do. I watched his game versus Notre Dame last year. I think it was Fiesta Bowl, and I was impressed. Gets down 28-7. Doesn't panic, just keeps his game going, and he eventually gets hot. And I'm talking hot. Every pass, He's hitting. He's running the ball well. I mean, he's just a great threat with his legs and his arm. So obviously his 4-year starter, that speaks volumes. Like that experience is going to pay dividends. You don't just accidentally start for 4 years, but the nature of college football, like with all the highs and lows, that he was still that guy for 4 years, except when he got injured. But that's stuff he can't control. And then on his last couple of years, I mean, Oklahoma State, they're good when they have a great running back. They've always been known for having great rushers. And I feel like as his career progressed, as it should, he was more the workhorse. And they're using all his abilities to progress the ball and running, throwing. It was all on him. And that's hard to do as a quarterback, I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to get in a good system, and he's just going to be himself and not do too much, and he's going to excel.
Yeah. I think I think that it's a system that fits his tool set, and Kiffin knows how to make it easier on the quarterback, if you will. Mm-hmm. And with the returning running back that they have, the name for kind of slips me, but I think he was the best freshman running back in the SEC, and if not the whole college football. And so he'll have weapons. And so, like you said, he was asked to do a lot of Oklahoma State, and then he probably eventually started doing too much and was kind of like prone with some untimely turnovers. And so I think being an offense like this with more guys to take the load off, if you will, could potentially help. But you're right, he fits the system well. So just recap that competition just kind of real quick. So I think it's good to have competition. I think regardless what happens, they're probably going to get good quarterback play this year at Ole Miss.
Yeah, I mean, as a quarterback, you got to be ready for competition. I mean, there's not many guys in the NFL or in college that jobs are just safe and secure. So my verdict on that whole analysis is basically they didn't bring Spencer for no reason. They expect things out of him, I believe. He didn't turn down Auburn for no reason. It's not like he had no options. He was one of the most wanted guys in the portal, so they didn't bring him in for no reason.
Yep.
I don't know how happy Jackson Dart will be. I mean, I believe Sanders only has 1 year left, so he could sit and become the guy again. Talk about an awkward quarterback room. Like, that's going to be awkward. A lot of tension in there for sure.
Yep.
And I think they might throw Howard in there just to make him happy, keep him there. I mean, that's stuff you got to do nowadays. And I believe Spencer will be great. He'll have a great year, and the Ole Miss will elevate because of him.
I think it's definitely going to be, at least right now, and it's going to be the most kind of, at least for me, for you, probably the most kind of kept up quarterback competition of the bigger schools, if you will, because it looked like they had the returning starting quarterback, right? They are probably thinking he'll improve this and that. Then all of a sudden they bring in two guys. But like you said, it just kind of is what it is. And if the guy they bring in is a lot better, then it's worth it. And if the guy they bring in loses competition, well, it's a win-win because your starter fought off those two guys, and now he's able to kind of grow and take the next steps. But definitely going to be a fun one to watch.